Jason, Clear Creek Farmstead, how we doing? Today I'm going to make some automatic waterers for my rain collection system that I made over the weekend. I was dodging raindrops, so I couldn't bring you guys along. But today I'll walk through what I have done, and I'll walk through setting up some automatic waterers for the chickens. So today I got a couple of chunks of old hose here that we don't use no more. I'm gonna hook this up to my rain collection system along with a float that I bought from Amazon, which I'll link below, and a bag full of goodies I got from Tractor Supply. I'm gonna use these masonry tubs for my water dishes with this float. So let's get started. The only hose supplies that I could find that would make this work, it was female fittings. So you'll definitely have to, if you do it the way I did it, you'll definitely have to find some only hose fittings I found that would work was female. So I'm gonna heat this hose up here. I'm gonna slide this female in. So you're definitely gonna need to have some old hose. You don't want no new hose, because I gotta have a female on both ends of my hose to make it work, because that was the only couplers I could make that would work. So I had to go grab some different parts because the ones I had wasn't working. Now I got the female ends on both ends. Like I said, these are female. So, and these hose adapters I got are female. So I'm gonna drill a 7/8 hole in the side of this bucket here, so that way I can attach my float. Should probably be using a hole saw, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna use what I have. Which it came out pretty clear, so that's not too bad. Get cleaned off. Like I said, I got these from Amazon. They were like 2 of them for 10 bucks, and I have 2 of these totes, or these masonry things, so I'm going to use them. You don't want to make sure this thing's pointing towards the bottom. That's squeezed down there pretty good, so that shouldn't leak. Worst case scenario, if it leaks, I'll end up having to pull it back apart and use some silicone on there. So like I said, this is a female end that'll go onto here. This is hose ready, so I'm gonna put some Teflon tape on this here, so that way when I screw it in, I have a less of a chance of it leaking. Not a real fan of Teflon tape. Plumber's tape, however you want to call it. So there you go. It's all on here good and tight. That one's done. I'm going to grab the other one like this, and I'm going to do the same thing to that one. This one's here is actually a little bigger, and we've been using this one for years, so hopefully I don't leak because I screwed it up. At least it didn't break or crack. I showed you before. Actually, I should be able to adjust the water depth down below what these valves are anyway, so I shouldn't have to really worry about it. And like I said, I'm gonna only gravity feed to these, so it's not like it's gonna be something that's high pressure. So now we got two of them fitted with them. I will put this other valve here on this other side, or adapter. Now let's go in here. Actually, first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw the hose up into the gutter, and I'm going to take and fill up some of that tank because I didn't fill it up and it didn't rain enough yet, so I want to make sure these work. So now I got the hose in here. This is not a sealed up system. I didn't seal any of the joints, so basically I can tear it apart if I need to clean it out, but it will go down here and it'll go down into the tank. I'll show you that. First things first, I want to walk through you guys here on what I've already did here. These are 30 grade pipes for drainage. I cut me a 2-inch slat on the inside so I can shove them up onto the side of the barn over top of the sheeting already there. I used 8-inch long bolts or screws to attach them to the building. Went down here to a T where I have it teed in, and then down into the rain catchment barrel. As you can see here, I got it on my chicken coop and my garage. That is schedule 30 drain pipe I'm using. Like I said before, I'm not, didn't use no sealer to seal up the edges because I figured if I lose a little bit, it's not that big a deal. I did cut a 2-inch slit all the way down the pipe and basically slid it up over top of the edge of the barn where the steel hangs over, and it goes down to the holding tank, which is down there. It's a 250 gallon or 300 gallon tote. And then I will show you what I did to that, because to find the fittings to make these totes work properly for a garden hose access is hard to do. So I made up my own invention kind of thing here to make it work. So I will show you that. So basically, as you can see here, this is a 2-inch boot reduced down to a 1.5-inch coupler, and I basically tightened the coupler around the outlet port of the tote and tightened it down. I did take and put glue inside of that just so that way it didn't leak, because I've seen them leak before in there. So I did that, and then I went from pipe threads to hose thread on the outside piece, that piece of copper pipe or whatever you want to call it there, and that's where I will be hooking my hoses in to basically go out to my automatic waterers. So now I got my Y that I got from Tractor Supply. I will attach that onto here. I'm going to turn these both off, and I'm going to check this to see if this is leaking. I don't see why it would be. See if I can get these to tighten up with this pair of pliers here. I can't find my other pipe wrench. There we go, got it tightened up now. Now we'll connect our hoses with the female ends on to this, and then the female ends onto the ball valves. I was tightening them on with these because I have them out here. go, there's one hooked up. Got a little problem up there that I gotta fix, no big deal. But we'll get this other one hooked up first. The top pipe is not going into it straight in, so some of it is rolling off the top. So I got the second one hooked up. I'm gonna stretch this hose out over here. Now I got these all set up. They're not leaking or nothing. They do fill up a little slower than I was hoping, but with a gravity flow system, you only can go fast as gravity wants you to go. So thank you for coming along. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you guys on the next one.